So I'm continuing to look over James Dunphy's LinkedIn. Precinct committee person, precinct 4803, Multnomah County Democrats, constituent service, says representative, U.S. Senate, March 2012 to May 2015, caseworker for the Department of Education, Department of Interior, Department of Agriculture, Social Security, Consumer Protection, Child Welfare, and others. Community representative and police relations. Okay, so Community and Police Relations Committee, January 2012 to 2014. Committee handling issues of police and community interaction. Specific focus on examining and implementing policy changes to the Portland Police Bureau to strategically prevent racial profiling as it pertains to police work. Staff Assistant, U.S. Senate, March 2011 to March 2012. Staff Assistant to Constituent Services. Intern, U.S. Senator Jeff Merkley, June 2010 to March 2011. First-hand experience working to understand the concerns of constituents of the senator. Specific duties include research, scheduling, drafting letters of congratulation or thanks to individuals or organizations, writing meeting summaries, event memorandums, decision memorandums, and working with various intergovernmental organizations, both federal and statewide. Work directly with other federal congressional delegations within the state of Oregon, Governor's Office in Salem, the state congressional delegations, and various city governments across the state. I was given the responsibility to attend meetings as the Mr. Bell's proxy representing the senator's office. Behavioral assistant, David Douglas School District, and this is August 2006 to December 2009. Working as an assistant to the vice principal, the campus monitor, and the school counselors, mostly involved in disciplinary action and helping children in regards to emotional or social issues, as well as discipline and basics like homework help. Helped in gang prevention, as well as working on breaking up fights, helping prevent fights, helping students with their personal problems and issues of abuse. In addition, helped to train the current Ron Russell Middle School campus monitor when he was hired, designed and enacted the current methods for the after-school detention program.
Energy, electricity, as all of the electricity.
Often required to be singularly in charge of groups of up to 300 students at one time. CPI certified, paraprofessional certified, CPR, first aid, bloodborne pathogen trained, medical administration trained. Visitor service supervisor representative and planetarium presenter, OMSI, Jan 2002 to June 2006. As a supervisor, worked directly on customer service, including detailed and extensive knowledge of workings and upcoming events occurring within and in connection with company. Responsible for supervising the crew of up to 30. As a planetarium presenter, duties included working independently of direct supervisors, making sure to keep shows on time and schedule, monitoring upkeep of equipment, including laser equipment, projectors, slide machines around sound and PA systems. Also required to learn and teach detailed information to groups of up to 200 at a time. As a visitor service rep, continued work regarding customer service duties included helping with ticket sales and any special customer needs. Work to accommodate large groups of people, 300 plus. Experience with accurate cash handling in a fast-paced environment. So I think what is pretty important to see, and where did I see this, is I feel like I saw his date of birth. I'm trying to figure out his age. I'm thinking he might even be younger than me. I'm thinking he might be like 35, 37. I'm 39. So David Davis is 46, and this cornering and harassing a citizen who attends city council with false allegations of being a sex offender does not seem consistent with anything that Jeff Merkley would represent, or the OMSI. What is that? That's like the science museum, I believe. I don't think I've ever been to it. Yeah, Oregon Museum of Science and Industry. So I think in a sense, on his LinkedIn, James Dunphy Jr., Jaimie Dunphy, Policy Director for the Office of Commissioner Nick Fish, represents his outward experience of himself. But seeing the social climbing that has gone on to get himself up to senior policy director, in a sense, he really threw Jim Blackwood under the bus by getting Jim Blackwood to team up with him to gang up on Multnomah County Cop Watch, who is given persona non grata. He's called out the pedophilia in Nick Fish's political association with Democratic fundraising, or Matt Hennessy and Terry Bean. He's called out the Mark Kruger affiliation with neo-Nazism in the Portland police force. And as often happens with people that get into city government, they get pretty bought out pretty quickly. And it seems that James Dunphy maybe did some good things back in the days when he was helping implement policy changes to the Portland Police Bureau. But making false allegations in an intimidating physical cornering of somebody in a lobby outside of City Hall with another man, two bigger men cornering one smaller Jewish man, to me that looks like a bullying issue and an anti-bullying concern. And I had reached out to Jaimie Dunphy to ask him to call me. Let's talk about this. Tell me something. What do you know? Like, here's what I know. It was a proffer of information. And I was concerned that he didn't have all the information, that he didn't have the correct perspective, that he didn't have all the information I had. So I found out today that with this, the jury has allowed this stalking order violation, which appears to be a setup, according to Judge Whitmire, who is a former ACLU pro bono worker as well as former DOJ, working like in DC. Like, he's a cool guy. Whitmire's cool. I've seen him chew out the Multnomah District Attorney before. So he's once again chewing out the Multnomah District Attorney. Scott McEaman, I believe is his name, is just terrible. Terrible prosecutor who gets all the really bad jobs. Like, I mean, the fun cases have got to be like real criminals, but the whole like persecution of whistleblowers and activists, for some reason, this guy Scott McEaman, no, how do you say it? McMahon. It's Eamon McMahon. This is such the hardest like Irishy looking name. EAMON. MCMAHON. I've already made a bargain plea on him because he screamed at me and made false allegations about me in the courtroom just to get me out of Barry Stoll's court process. But a part of this whole deal is Barry Stoll was assaulted in city council and David Davis filmed it. So here we are a year and a half after an assault on a journalist and a destruction of a camera, and the city of Portland is still grappling with how do we obstruct justice? How do we punish a whistleblower? How do we cover our tracks? How do we eliminate a person who has evidence that that the Multnomah District Attorney is in cahoots with Portland City Council to restrict the flow of information in terms of all the cameras present in the room when that assault happened. They've even introduced new fictitious lies and allegations into the administrative proceeding of the Citizens Review Committee, which is not even relevant to criminal court. Recently, suddenly saying, oh, David punched Michael Cohen. And David got the article in the Willamette Week that Michael Cohen has a history of lying numerous times in Los Angeles, so much so that he got fired. And so then the same guy who's getting in trouble in the newspaper due to this whistleblower working to feed information and conduit information to journalists, that role as a researcher, is there just like, they're saying, no, you punched him. And he didn't punch him, he got an article in a newspaper. So this sort of like conflation of scholarly research and whistleblowing with fictitious crimes that haven't occurred. Like, going to city council is not stalking Ted Wheeler. And the fact that this is going on with Commissioner Fish in the throes of the Charlie Hales regime. We all know we were all sick of Charlie Hales, but that targeting of David Keith Davis is it's troubling because he's not anyone's dream client. He's a total hothead. He says things that are offensive and unfortunate, unseemly, if not Tourette's. So in that sense, I can sort of sympathize with Jaimie Dunphy saying, I don't want you coming to my little private city council country club. But it's not a country club. It's open to Americans with disabilities. And so his inability to understand the trauma and stress that police brutality researchers take a lot of stress into our bodies because we're studying very extreme and graphic things like the head of internal affairs killing Jose Mejia Put in a psychiatric hospital. We study those things and we're in a state of trauma. So not providing disability accessibility to Portland City Council, but instead providing bullying, targeting, racial harassment, anti-Jewish harassment by big men who are willing to lie or who are delusional and just believe random hearsay that they've sort of either concocted or made up, and then work in cahoots with G4S to perjure themselves in a courtroom. It's kind of bizarre that Portland City Council will let that go on. But I think here we are at 11 minutes, and I'll stop it there and maybe resume for part 3.